Supervision. Supervision is an incredibly important aspect to any school. Obviously, our number one priority for all our kids is safety and security. And by having teachers scheduled in different areas throughout the building, on your prep, in between classes, you name it, it gives us more eyes and ears to, you know, potentially prevent problems with students or minimize them when they do happen. So we do have a schedule for all staff, all teachers to be in different areas throughout the building. We really ask that you provide active supervision in your assigned area, move around, get to know the kids, talk to them, get to know your area. You're responsible for that area, meaning if you can't be there that day, you got to find someone to cover for you. This seems like such a small aspect of our day, but it's so incredibly important because we don't have cameras everywhere. And if something happens, there's a lawsuit, one of the first questions they're going to ask us is who was supposed to be there, who was covering that area. So help each other out, know that coverage is critical, and please don't leave your area unsupervised. Obviously, that goes for your classroom just about anywhere, but very important. Supervision time is 7:12 to 7:28 a.m. and 2:10 to 2:22 in the afternoon. As kids start to kind of go away in the afternoon, you can kind of wrap it up, but make sure that you stay in your area. In your box, you'll receive a supervision schedule. This particular schedule here is also a link that can take you to the Thunder files to get a new copy of it. So they will be updated and put in there. This is what the supervision schedule will look like for this coming year. It's going to be a lot more complex and maybe confusing than it has been in years past. Part of the main reason is that we've been mandated by our district and really by state law that special ed teachers are no longer allowed to have a supervision area as they're supposed to be working with their caseload. So the rest of the teaching staff has to kind of pick up the slack. So what you'll see here is your name on this in two different areas. So using Tommy Boyd, for example, on Tuesday in locker C2, which is section 3, which I'll explain more in a second, that's his area all year. On Tuesdays, he needs to be in this designated area from the the morning and afternoon supervision time. But Tommy Boyd's name also shows up here. And if you refer to the key down here, and this is where it gets confusing, when there's a name and a / name, that means you only have to do half the year. So Boyd and Hool will share this area throughout the year. Now, if Jessica Hool wants to do semester 1 and Tommy Boyd wants to do semester 2, that's fine. That you guys can work that out amongst yourself. But everybody has basically a day and a half of supervision worth throughout the school year. And we have more areas added in the last year or two with the new science hall and the music area. And on the reverse side of this will be a map. Will tell you exactly where you need to be. You might not know where locker C number 2 is, but number 3 on the map will indicate the general area where we'd like you to be supervising. And if you have questions, if that does get too complicated, please ask me or come see admin. The really only other main thing you need to point out on this is if it's bold in its name and name, ampersand, is that how you, that sign anyway? There's only a couple of them, Kish and Osterkamp and Brenny and Plude. That means they both are there all year at that time just because I didn't have a perfect number of spots for everybody to do a day and a half. Sorry for the confusion, but this is going to be what's best for kids.